Welcome to this deep dive. Before we jump in, we are kicking things off by letting you know that this deep dive is presented by Alessandro Palace, a hostel and bar, especially for its guests.
Yeah, and we have a really wild one for you today.
We do. The title of our deep dive today is Midsummer Snow in Rome, The Miracle of Santa Maria Maggiore and the Secret of the Unconventional Pope.
It is quite the title, but it perfectly fits what we are about to uncover.
Right. So if you are, walking the cobblestones of Rome right now, maybe fighting off the afternoon sun with a rapidly melting gelato, we are sending you to Esquiline Hill.
Yeah, specifically to the Basilica of Santa Maria Maggiore.
Because it is not just some old church, right? It is like this historical theme park packed with bizarre surprises.
Oh, absolutely. Most people just walk past and see beautiful static architecture. But our goal today is to strip back that facade.
Definitely.
This basilica operates more like a physical timeline of the Catholic Church's shifting power.
So let's start with the origin story, because honestly, it sounds like ancient propaganda.
Oh, totally. So the legend goes that in August of 352 AD, when Rome is, essentially a boiling oven.
Right, nobody's thinking about winter.
Exactly. A wealthy nobleman and the Pope actually had the exact same dream.
The Virgin Mary told them to build a church wherever snow fell the next day.
And supposedly, the top of Esquiline Hill was blanketed in white the very next morning.
That is crazy. Like, the Pope actually marched up the hill and traced the floor plans directly into the snowbanks with his staff.
He did. And, I mean, from a purely historical perspective, tracing lines in snow isn't exactly a subtle architectural foundation.
So why lean so heavily into this specific magical origin story?
Well, it establishes indisputable divine real estate by claiming the weather itself dictated the location. The church bypassed any political debate over land use.
Wow, that is a genius PR stunt, and they still lean into it today.
They never let anyone forget it.
Yeah.
If you walk in there on August 5th today, you will see thousands of white flower petals cascading from the ceiling.
Oh, wow. While they pump artificial snow into the square outside, it is such a theatrical vibe.
Yeah, and that theatricality is baked right into the building's physical layers. Like, look up from those falling petals, and you are staring at this dazzling coffered ceiling.
Right, which contains the very first gold Christopher Columbus brought back from the Americas. But wait, Columbus sailed for Spain? How does New World gold end up glued to a ceiling in Rome?
So it is a brilliant piece of geopolitical maneuvering. The Pope at the time, Alexander VI, was a Borgia, meaning he was Spanish.
Ah, I see where this is going.
Right. So the Spanish monarchs, Ferdinand and Isabella, gifted that gold to him to secure papal favor.
It essentially locked down their claims to the New World.
Exactly. So that ceiling isn't just decoration. It is like a giant glittering receipt for a political alliance.
It is a monument to global conquest. But then if you look down, the vibe completely flips.
It really does. Because beneath the main altar, heavily guarded in a crypt, sits the Holy Crib.
Yeah, pieces of wood believed to be from Jesus Christ's actual manger in Bethlehem. It is wild. You are suddenly sandwiched between unimaginable imperial wealth above your head.
And the ultimate symbol of poverty and humble beginnings below your feet.
Yeah, the spatial design literally forces you to reconcile two completely different versions of Cheech history in a single room.
It is just absurd. And that contrast makes the final layer of this deep dive so fascinating.
Yeah, because with all this flashy gold and monumental history, you would expect the VIPs buried here to have the loudest, most obnoxious tombs imaginable.
But it pulls a complete bait and switch. Take Gian Lorenzo Bernini, the Baroque genius who built half the towering monuments in Rome.
He is buried right there, but his tomb is just a simple, unadorned stone slab on the floor near the altar.
If you aren't paying close attention, you will literally step right on it.
Yeah, the man who defined Roman grandiosity chooses absolute anonymity in death, and he is not the only one.
Right, because in April 2025, Pope Francis broke a 120-year Vatican tradition.
Popes are almost universally buried in the massive crypts under St. Peter's Basilica, but Francis refused.
He actively turned down the ultimate Vatican VIP section. Wait, why?
The mechanics behind that decision are actually deeply personal. Francis had a lifelong devotion to a specific ancient icon housed in this basilica.
The Salus Populi Romani, right? The protector of the Roman people.
Exactly. He visited that icon before and after every single international trip.
And much like the snowy origins of the church, it is reported Francis received an instruction in a dream from Mary. guiding him to prepare his resting place near her icon.
Yeah, so he opted for a plain slab of Ligurian marble sourced near his grandparents' hometown.
With just one word on it, Franciscus.
It completely recontextualizes the entire building. The loudest, most golden monuments aren't necessarily the ones holding the most historical weight.
Absolutely. So as you finish that gelato and continue your walk through Rome, take a moment to look down.
You really have to wonder how many other quiet floor tiles are hiding secrets.
Exactly. If the city's greatest artist and a modern pope are hiding in plain sight under an unassuming floor tile, how much other world-altering history is secretly resting right beneath your boots?
It makes every step feel like a discovery.
It really does. This episode was brought to you by Alessandro Palace, a hostel and bar in Rome.